3 weeks into January, millions of people drag themselves out of bed, lace up their running shoes in the dark, and step out into freezing temperatures to execute their New Year's resolutions. We demand a total lifestyle reset at the exact moment the Northern Hemisphere is entirely dormant, with the sun barely clearing the horizon for 9 hours a day. Human biology reacts to that cold and darkness by signaling us to conserve energy. Yet society demands maximum output and aggressive personal transformation. Giving up on those goals by February is a rational biological response to a harsh environment. Pinning the start of a calendar year to January 1st has zero connection to the solar cycle or the seasons. It is an arbitrary Roman tradition. Treat the calendar as a user interface, the operating system society uses to organize behavior. Viewing it through this lens makes the flaws obvious. We are running an interface riddled with historical bugs, operating in direct conflict with the physical environment around us. We are trying to optimize modern human life on broken software. It needs an update. The Vernal Calendar update shifts the numerical sequence of the year back 3 months to align with the vernal equinox on April 1st. Under this system, month 1 provides a natural biological boost for new behavior. The ground thaws, planting cycles begin, and you have 14 hours of daylight to fuel new habits. The logic holds as the year progresses. Month 4, July, aligns with peak warmth and energy. By month 7, October, the environment naturally signals preparation for the cold. We can then recontextualize month 10, January, as a designated period for rest and reflection rather than forcing a frantic burst of productivity. Timekeeping stops fighting the environment and begins flowing with the solar cycle of the Northern Hemisphere. There is an obvious linguistic glitch in our current system. The names September, October, November, and December mean 7, 8, 9, and 10, yet they occupy our 9th through 12th slots. Shifting the starting line to April mathematically patches this bug. September becomes month 6, October is month 7, and December sits at month 9. Moving these Latin roots much closer to their actual numerical positions. This new calendar also formalizes the concept of spring cleaning. That sudden urge to organize our lives in the spring is simply our brains treating the physical thaw as the true time for renewal. The vernal system clears the mathematical errors in our language while repairing the broken links in our everyday psychological lives. This is not a modern fantasy. Until the year 1752, the legal New Year in England and its colonies officially began in the spring, specifically on March 25th. When the government adopted the Gregorian calendar and moved the start of the year to January 1st, people resisted. They did not want to abandon their established spring celebrations. The origin of April Fool's Day stems directly from the societal mocking of those who refuse to abandon the April New Year. Starting a year in the dead of winter is so unnatural that governments had to institutionalize mockery just to enforce the switch. By making the 1752 shift, society traded a biological timeline tied to the Earth for a rigid mechanical timeline dictated by math. Chronobiology shows that forcing human activity to ignore natural light and seasonal reality measurably impairs our success. Adopting the Gregorian calendar severed our daily, practical connection to the natural world. You do not need a global government petition to change the calendar. You only need to change your own psychological framework. Drop the guilt over an abandoned January gym membership. Those failures resolve from biological misalignment, independent of how much willpower you actually have. You never have to wait for an arbitrary Roman date to start over. The true natural New Year is waiting for you in the spring.